Once upon a time, long, long ago, in second year, you learned about polygons. We're going to recap them now. I'm not going to go into as much depth of where the formulas came from as in second year, but as long as you know them, you should be able to use them. Now, I'll go through all of this here, and then there'll be summary notes at the end, so no need to take notes as I go through this. So what is a polygon? Polygons are two-dimensional shapes. They are made of straight lines, and the shape is closed, which means all the lines are connected. So you've got two examples of it. One example of a polygon on the left, and the other two are not polygons. And polygon comes from the Greek poly meaning many and agon meaning angle. Types of polygons, we've got two types, can be classified as either regular or irregular. Regular polygons have all angles equal, all sides equal, whereas for irregular that's not true. Not worry about that next bit or that either. So if we look at a triangle, it's got three sides, and an interior angle will be 60 degrees if it is a regular polygon, as in an equilateral triangle. For a quadrilateral, we call a regular quadrilateral obviously a square, and it would have each interior angle is 90 degrees. And if we go up, we can see with pentagon, hexagon, as we add on one side, the interior angle is getting larger and larger. There's also a rule then to work out what the sum of the interior angles would be. If you have a triangle, then it'll be 360s. So the sum of the interior would be 180. You know that the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180. For the square, that would be 490s, which is 360. And again, you should know that the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral are 360 degrees. If you times the 5 interior angles of a regular pentagon, 108 times 5, you would get 540. And if you do it for a hexagon, 6 120s would give you 720. And then for a heptagon, you would get 7 of that really awkward angle, and that will give you 900. You hopefully should see a pattern there. And the pattern is that the sum of interior angles of a regular polygon, they increase by 180 when you increase the side length by 1. So if we wanted to get to an octagon, it's going to be 180 degrees more, the sum of interior angles, than a heptagon, so 1080. And there's a rule which we'll take down later on. If we generalize, the rule is if you get the number of sides, you take away 2 and times it by 180, that would get you the sum of the interior angles. Okay, we'll come across that later on again. And yeah, it keeps going on. Just some names, and you could still it there if you want to have a look at any of those. Different countries may also have different names for some things too. Okay. Next, well, just some nice pictures. Pentagon, hexagon. Septagon's more of a American thing, we would say heptagon. Okay, exterior angles. The exterior angle is the angle between any side of a shape and a line extended from the next side. So here we've got a triangle. The interior angle is the angle on the inside. The exterior angle is the angle on the outside that would add up to 180 with the interior angle. And that's the sort of second rule that we have. I would say the interior angle plus the exterior angle equals 180 degrees. Okay, so here's another example. This time we've got a irregular pentagon, and you can see there the interior angle is 60. If you draw on the straight line, continue it as if you're not making the shape, that's 115, and 65 makes 180 there on a straight line. So as it says here, when we add up the interior angle and the exterior angle, we get a straight line 180 degrees. And they're an example of supplementary angles. So we know about the sum of interior, we know what an exterior angle is, and we know that interior plus exterior add to 180. What about the sum of exterior angles? Well, polygons is any flat shape with straight sides. The exterior angles of a polygon add up to 360 degrees. In other words, the exterior angles add up to one full revolution. So if you look at this diagram on the right, we've got a regular pentagon. 5 sides, 5 exterior angles. And if we were to sum up those 5 angles, they're saying we should get 360 degrees. Why is that? Let's have a look. There we go. So the exterior angles will form a circle, a full revolution, which will be 360 degrees. So that's another fact for you to remember. So 3 things so far. Sum of interior angles is n minus 2 times 180. An interior plus an exterior is 180 degrees. And the sum of exterior angles of a polygon add up to 360 degrees. Right, let's finish off looking at this again. Where is it? I want to go back. And then I want to go right. Just quickly to have a look at this. We've got here a regular triangle and then quadrilateral. And if I just mark on the angles, you can see as we increase the number of sides, the interior angle will get larger and hence the exterior angle will get smaller. Now that means the sum of interior angles will increase. However, the sum of exterior angles will always stay to be 360 degrees. And that's all. We'll get into some questions. So to do these questions, we need to know all of these facts that we've just ran through at breakneck speed. We've got interior and an exterior angle, that's what they are. The sum of the exteriors will be 360. So if you want to work out one of those, if it's a regular polygon, an exterior angle in a regular polygon would be 360 divided by n. N stands for the number of sides. Interior plus an exterior angle equals 180, as you can see from there. And the sum of interior angles is 180 times n minus 2. Example 1, we have to calculate the size of angle y. Quite often at your level you'll be asked to, by forming an equation, calculate y. So don't just type it on the calculator and say what y is. Instead, spell it out. 75 plus 170 plus 90 plus 130 plus 110 plus the y equals. Now if it was a triangle it would be 180. If it was a rectangle or a quadrilateral it would be 360. But how many sides has this got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So 6 sides. The sum of those would be 6 minus 2, which is 4. 480s is 720. So the interior angles of a 6-sided shape should add up to 720. We can then simplify the left hand side. 75, 170, 90, 130 and 110 add up to 575. So 575 plus y equals 720. So you can take that away from the 720, the 575, and you get 145 degrees. As well, just a wee check, I would make sure, have I done all the angles? So on the left hand side I should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple things like that can make a big difference. EG2, a regular polygon has 12 sides. Work out the size of each interior angle. So go back to our things that we're supposed to know. For a regular polygon, one exterior angle is 360 divided by the number of sides. So we could work out that this exterior angle x would be 360 divided by 12, and that would give you 30. So if you had 12 30s, that would give you 360. So that means that x is 30. Now, that's not what the question is actually asking for. I've worked out what the exterior angle would be on this shape, whatever it is. The interior angle, remember they add up to 180. So you'd have to say that the interior angle is going to be 180 minus the exterior angle. So the interior angle is 150 degrees. There are other ways to do that question, but I think that's the quickest. And finally then, example 3. We have 3 identical regular pentagons are joined as shown above. Work out the size of angle y. Well, I'd want to work out the size of the interior angle of a pentagon. So again, exterior angles add up to 360 degrees. If I divide that by the number of sides in the shape, which is 5, I would get 360 divided by 5, 72. So what does that tell me? That tells me on the outside, these angles, they're 72. So the inside would be 180 minus the 72, which gives you 108 degrees. So 108 degrees, and that would be for each of those pentagons. And we know that at that y, if we go here, the y is around a point, and that should make 360 degrees. So if we do 360 degrees minus the 308, that would give us what y is equal to. So 360, take away 3 times 108, gives you 36 degrees. So angle y is 36. Just before we finish, you can see there, not all shapes tessellate. Not all shapes fit nicely together. There can be gaps at times. If they're going to tessellate, the rule for them tessellating is that their interior angle divides evenly into 360 degrees without a remainder.